Calisthenics is just like a video game. You start off incredibly weak, and along the way you level up. You build these amazingly gravity-defying feats that most people think are impossible. You build an amazing physique along the way. But the problem is, most people never even make it past level 1. Before I started playing the game of calisthenics, I was this incredibly weak, skinny kid. I used to get picked on in school because of how small I was. I had no muscle, no strength, no body control. I was just stuck at level 1. So when I first started calisthenics at level 1, everything felt so impossible. It was all so difficult, I didn't know what I was doing. Everything felt like a massive challenge. I struggled with basic things just like push-ups and pull-ups. But here's the thing. Every single rep I did, every single session I performed, that was gaining me XP. So I started stacking up this XP through consistency and discipline and sticking with it. And over time I started to progress in calisthenics. I started building strength, muscle, body control. I started unlocking these amazing feats that I'd always dreamed of when I first started out. Even to this day, I'm still leveling up in calisthenics. I'm still training skills, training the handstand, the muscle up. I'm still progressing because it's fun. Right, calisthenics is so enjoyable. This art of mastering your body is just like mastering a skill tree in a video game. But again, most people quit before they even reach the beginner stage, before they even get past that tutorial. You're in this game as well. The question is, are you going to stay level 1 or are you going to actually start progressing? If you're wanting to get started in calisthenics, then click that first link in the description below. So just like in a video game, you don't suddenly get stronger one day and unlock all the skills. When I first started out, I was nowhere near doing a handstand. It took me years to get to that point. Every single skill in calisthenics can be thought of like a skill tree. Whether it be the handstand, the muscle up, the planche, whatever it may be, think of it as this big final skill. And all the branching pathways along the way to the skill tree are your progressions. You work your way through the progressions, getting all the little perk points, and eventually you reach this final skill point. Every single skill in calisthenics can be thought of in that exact same way, just like a video game. Take muscle ups for example. Say muscle ups are the final skill we're working towards, and you are a complete beginner, completely at level 1. You'd start off with something like rows, building that initial kind of pulling strength. Then you work your way up to negative pull-ups, then to actual pull-ups. Then you start doing explosive pull-ups, working on that exploding strength needed for the muscle up. Before you know it, you've worked your way through all these branches and you've achieved the muscle up, which is an amazingly gravity-defying feat and a complete show of explosive pulling strength. So just like I said, every single workout, every single rep, that's adding experience to us, right? We're grinding through the levels. But the problem is, and I used to do this back in the day, some people rush forward far too quickly. And we hit these walls, these plateaus, injuries, whatever it may be. These can be thought of like your boss battles in a video game. And rather than just constantly throwing yourself at them, sometimes the best strategy is to take a step back, reevaluate what you're doing, grind out some experience, work your way back through the progressions, rather than instantly trying to jump from the first progression to that final progression. That only leads to things like injuries, which I myself, being stupid back in the day, did. If you try to rush into your boss battles way too quickly, you're going to hit a wall, right? You're going to remain stuck. And the problem is, this is where most people fall off, right? Their consistency, their discipline, it all starts to fall away. Most people look at the basics and they think boring, pointless. What is the point in me doing these lame ass exercises, right? Things like push-ups, pull-ups, dips, rows, squats. Yeah, they're not as cool. They're not as flashy. They're not as impressive. But the thing is, these are what build you your foundation. These are what allow you to work your way through those branching pathways more effectively and reach that final goal, that final skill, right? That boss battle more effectively. Think of it just like an RPG game. You don't start an RPG game killing the demon lord or the dragons. You start as an absolute nobody peasant at level 1, right? You start doing meaningless tasks throughout the village, killing the rats, the wolves. Maybe then you level up to some goblins, some ogres, but you don't start off with the demon lord. Calisthenics works the exact same way. You don't start off with things like the muscle up or the handstand. You start off with things like knee push-ups, pull-ups, rows, dips, whatever it may be. You build that strong foundation, you grind through the XP, you grind up the levels, and eventually you make your pathway to that final skill much more smooth and effectively. Building a strong foundation is the key to everything, just like in a video game. But mastery isn't just about grinding endlessly, it's also about training smarter, using all your setbacks, all your failures as fuel to progress you forward, and trying to actually learn from these things. Like a boss battle. If you're dying to a boss constantly, the stupid thing would be to keep charging in doing the exact same game plan. What you should instead do is take a step back, think of what's working, what isn't working, try and learn the moves. Calisthenics works the exact same way. In order to see better progress, you need to be smarter about how you train. You can think of this taking a step back and thinking about things as like XP multipliers. By actually training smarter, you're making the stacking and grinding of XP much more efficient. And the beauty of calisthenics, it has no game over, no end goal, no final skill. There's always more you can unlock, always more to achieve, more to master, more body control to be had. And there's an amazing beauty in that. There's an amazing beauty in knowing that you've always got something more to work towards, that you can always still become better and challenge yourself. There's always another level to unlock. The question is, are you actually going to start today, or are you going to remain stuck at level 1 forever? If you treat calisthenics just like a video game, you will level up. If you want to get started in calisthenics and progress faster and smoother through the levels, then my program is the exact type of key item you need. It has everything in there you need, from structured programs to skill pathways, everything you need to get started. Top link in the description below. With all that being said, I'll see you in the next one.